Hello guys, it's Football here with John Montez and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing fine. I am also doing fine, and today we are back with another video. We want to look ahead into Liverpool versus Manchester United this coming weekend. A really huge game this coming weekend. So we want to look ahead into that one. Also, you want to look on to Ten Hag future with Manchester United and my Pochettino's future with Chelsea. So a lot of things to dive into, and also something we want to look ahead into is game week 17. We are going to try to predict game week 17 as usual. So you know how this thing plays. You know how we usually do these things. So make sure to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to click that subscription button so each and every time we produce a video like this. That one, if you are new, hit that subscription button. Don't forget to click that notification bell so each and every time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify. To our subscribers, we want to say thank you for so much for your continuous support. Without you, we could not be able to reach where we are at the moment. So let's dive direct into it. Where do we start from? We want to start with first thing first. Ten Hag's future with Manchester United. This is my opinion, and this is my personal opinion. Each and every person is entitled to his opinion. Each and every person is entitled to his opinion. So my opinion is one. Give Ten Hag time. That is what I can ask most from Manchester United fans. Because at the moment we are in a huge crisis. We can call it a huge crisis. Okay, we cannot be in a huge crisis at Chelsea. Our situation and Chelsea are different. At the moment, we are inconsistent. There's a lot of inconsistency in Manchester United. You don't know, you can't allocate Manchester United at the moment. But Ten Hag needs time. I know a lot of injuries has occurred, but this one, it does not only affect Ten Hag, it also affects other Premier League clubs. But we have to trust him because we gave him this job. At the moment, a lot of mistake has happened. A lot of big decision he has taken, and this big decision has not gone. This big decision has not played in his favor, especially after getting rid of De Gea. That one was the biggest mistake he did as a Manchester United manager. Getting rid of De Gea, a player who has given you, who won a lot of games for us last season, a player who won a lot of Player of the Month, a goalkeeper who has won a lot of Player of the Month last season, a goalkeeper who most of the time saved us and most of the time give us points, was a huge mistake, and he cannot rectify that at the moment. Is tunasema maji shamwagika. Yeah, we have the water. The water is, we cannot collect it back. The water is gone. So we have to now focus on the future and build a team and try to develop Onana. Try to, how can I say it? We have to now back the manager. That is what I can say at the moment with Manchester United fans. We can't do nothing we can do more, because if you look at the market at the moment, there's no any manager in the market who would love to take Manchester United job or can fit into Manchester United job. A lot of managers have come to this, and a lot of managers have gone through this problem, and most of them haven't succeeded. And Ten Hag, if we want Ten Hag to succeed here, we have to give him time. This thing was not going to be built in one season. This thing was not going to be built in 2 seasons. This thing was to take this one is going to take a lot of years to renovate a new squad, to renovate a new team, to renovate the mentality of these players. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, and we have to be patient with him. We saw what Arsenal did with Arteta. Arsenal were totally patient with Arteta, and they stick with him, and now we can say somehow they are benefiting the result of it. So we have to stick with Ten Hag at this moment, at this critical moment. You have to stick with Ten Hag. Please, Manchester United fans, you have to stick with Ten Hag. That is my opinion. Each and every person, I know a lot of fans people are divided in opinion into this. Some of people feel we should sack him. But if you look, okay, who are you being? If you are sacking the manager, you have to have somebody in line to come and replace him. We cannot just sack him without a plan. So we have to have a plan. We have to have somebody in line to come. If we sack him, he has to come in and chip in and try to get result. Or we don't have somebody in line, not unless you are going for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Not unless you are going for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which I don't think most of you would love us to go into that debate. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a good manager. So at the moment we have to stick with him, but Erik Ten Hag also has to start getting results. We cannot keep forgiving him each and every time. We cannot keep coming telling a story each and every time. Manchester United fans are tired with stories each and every moment. We are tired, so we want result from him, and he has to start reacting. I know he has a lot of big games coming up this weekend. I know this weekend he has Liverpool, which is somehow you feel like it's a must win for him. He has Aston Villa coming, so a lot of big games for him. A lot. Somehow you think cannot play in his favor, but we have to trust in him and we have to stick with him. It's too early, okay, we can still finish top 4. I know that being knocked out on Champions League is not good. It's not good, and it's not showing a good picture, and it's embarrassing. So you have to stick with this. Erik Ten Hag have to stick and start getting results. I'm not calling Erik Ten Hag out at the moment, but we have to stick with Erik Ten Hag at any given time. As long as he's a Manchester United manager, we have to stick with him. That one goes the same with Chelsea. Chelsea also has to stick with Pochettino. Pochettino is not a bad manager. Pochettino is really, really a good manager. And I know there's a lot of injuries, talking about injuries. Each and every club talk about injury. But the cause of injury, we know. Because Premier League time was adjusted. And that is the main reason why you see a lot of injuries this season. It's not only affecting Chelsea and Manchester United. It's also affecting teams like Newcastle. It's also affecting teams like Manchester City. It's also affecting a lot of big clubs. A lot of teams in Premier League are being affected without time increment since the beginning of this season. A lot of games are coming in, and a lot of time is played by these players. And the more time you get, the more risk. The more players get injury, and the more these players are not robots, they are human beings. So it's really, really tough. It's really, really a tough moment, and we are going to experience more. We are going to experience more and more injuries this season. This is not the first time. Manchester United should not even cry. If this injury crisis haven't eaten your team, don't be happy. Don't be happy, because it's a crisis that you don't want to hit you. This injury crisis is something you don't want to hit you. It affects your game. And if it haven't hit you, I see some Arsenal fans, this thing haven't caught you. The moment it will caught you, that is where you will lose the grip. So I know this one is not playing at his own. This one is not playing on Erik Ten Hag's favor, and it's also not playing in Manchester United flavor. It's not also playing. We saw that one also affected yesterday Newcastle game. So it's not playing in any other person team, especially England teams. That time increment is not playing on their behalf. It's making things worse for a lot of managers. And a lot of managers are going to lose job because of that. A lot of managers are going to lose job because of that time increment, because a lot of injuries are going to be experienced in Premier League like never before. So Pochettino also has to start getting results, especially if you look there his next games. You feel like Chelsea have a chance of winning those games, and they have to start it this Sunday. So we are going to of course we are going to do a prediction of game week 17 in a moment. So they have to start getting results no matter what. They have to start getting results now. Chelsea has to start getting results. Pochettino, if you want to stay, I know I'm asking for patience with the manager. Pochettino is a good manager, and we know what Pochettino can do. And Chelsea fans have backed him enough, but now he has to respond back. I know he talks about going to the market and try to get players. There's no players you're going to find in the market. The only player you need is a striker. Chelsea spent a lot of money on building different projects and building different departments into the field, but they forgot to build the striking force. That is where the mistake I feel that Chelsea did in the last transfer window, and that is what I think they're going to rectify in the January transfer window, which we are just only 2 weeks away from. We're just only 2 weeks away from that. So Chelsea has to start getting results on this Sunday. Jackson, it doesn't matter how they're going to play that game, but they have to get result on Sunday this weekend. So Pochettino, give him time. I know a lot of injuries has happened for them. They have to go in the market and find a proper striker. It was a mistake which they committed, and they should not do it again. Just go and find in a striker. and you get the lot of goals you need. They have a good of creative midfielders. Just go in and bring a proper striker who can finish. Don't rely on Jackson and Nkunku. Nkunku is injured, and you know very well, Chelsea fan, that with the increment in time in Premier League, players like Nkunku cannot give you 60% of your game time. Players like Nkunku will never give you 60%. So you better start planning ahead. You better start finding a striker who is sharp and try to build a squad around that striker. So that is all I call for. Chelsea, let's now go directly to the main aim of today's video is looking ahead into Manchester United versus Liverpool versus Manchester United. This is really an interesting game this Sunday, and somehow you feel it's a must-win for Manchester United, and somehow you feel it's impossible to do it. It's impossible to do it. If you look situations, situations in the ground, the situations in the ground are hard. And you expect Manchester United to lose this game at any other goal. You expect Manchester United to lose. Most of the people talks about, you're expecting less in Manchester United. But something is inside me keeps telling me that Manchester United might go in victorious into this game. It doesn't. In the game of football, we are going to play there, get 11 against 11. I'm not hyping Manchester United. But we're going to play again 11 against 11, which is going to be tough. Each and every person can get a win here. It's not automatic win for Liverpool. You have to keep that one in your head. This is not going to be automatic win for Liverpool. They have to work for it. Of course, you guys are speaking about Onana conceding a lot of goals. Manchester United. I know one thing between Manchester United and Chelsea, and this is clear between these two teams. These two teams can lose to any team in Premier League or any team in the world, even Gor Mahia, even FC Leopard, even Kariobangi, even Caltex. But also this team can win against any person in the world. This team can also win against any person in the world, including Real Madrid, including... Name any other team in the world that Chelsea cannot beat, and name any other team in the world that Manchester United cannot beat. Manchester United can lose to any team. It doesn't matter if this team is the lowest or is the weakest in the whole world. It can lose to that team, but it can also win against other teams. So this game against Liverpool is not a surprise. If Manchester United get a result against Liverpool, it's not going to be a surprise for me, because we are the underdogs in this thing. We have been underrated, and a lot of stories in Manchester United, we are going to concede. I heard somebody telling us we are going to concede 7. How can you say we are going to concede 7? Surely a game that we are going to play 11 against 11. You expect us to concede 7? Of course it's possible. I'm not saying it hasn't happened before. It's something that has happened before. It's something that can be repeated again. So it's really tough. It's really tough game ahead this coming Sunday, and we are looking ahead into it. And I have tried to look this game into different angles and see and try to analyze how Manchester United are going to approach this game and how Liverpool are going to approach this game. Okay, let's start with the Liverpool. Liverpool are good forward. They are sharp forward, and they are also good at coming back. If they concede, they can fight back into the game. They try to control the game. Of course, they are not ruthless as Liverpool we knew of 2020 or 2019. But remember, this is also unfair and playing against Manchester United. The last time we were here, we conceded around 7 goals. Was it 7? Boy, I think it was 7. And I can remember that game Casemiro did play, and tomorrow Casemiro is not. Sunday Casemiro is not playing. I can remember that game. Who didn't play? There's a player. Ronaldo didn't play. Ronaldo was on the bench, which was somehow okay. I'm not saying Ronaldo. Ronaldo is not here now. Bruno, okay, in terms of Manchester United. So Liverpool, they're good. They're sharp forward, and they're also good defending. McAllister missing is going to be not a huge one. It's not going to be a huge loss, but Liverpool are a threat. They can concede, they can score more goals, but they can concede less, especially with Alisson Becker coming back. That last game performance was really incredible. And I'm going to talk on to Manchester United point. They are good finishers. Liverpool are good finishers. They have really good finishers. You have Salah there. You have Nunes there. Of course, Nunes haven't gotten that rhythm he wants, but he's really a good player. He's a really a threat. You have Gapo, who is really a threat. You have Diaz, who is a threat. He has been scoring a lot of goals this season. You have Salah, who is the beast into that team. So the Liverpool's team is strong enough to compete. Not strong enough to be. Let me just say it boldly. Strong enough to beat Manchester United. And if you look at this situation, we are the underdogs into this team. So let's go into Manchester United part now. Manchester United has a lot of injuries we are now experiencing with Manchester United. A lot of things, a lot of stories. Manager under pressure, Eric Ten Hag under pressure with the press, Eric Ten Hag under pressure from the fans. And most of the people would love to see Manchester United bouncing back with the Liverpool game. So, of course, we are going to assess Luke Shaw, which I think might play. Him coming off again the last game against Bayern Munich. I think if they notice something and they want him to play, he will come up to play. But I don't think they should rush him to play. Just play normal. Wan-Bissaka has to start into that game. That is something I've been talking about. If you want to silence Salah, somehow you have to. I think Wan-Bissaka and Salah right in the right wing. Yeah, you have to bring in Salah and Luke Shaw. If Luke Shaw was into that game, was going to be really important. You have to play Varane at all cost. At all costs, you have to play Varane. I don't think you can start this type of game with Johnny Evans because we are not going to control much of the ball. We are going to be more defensive, and if you be more defensive, you want to somebody like Varane at the back more than Phil Jones. Johnny Evans. I've been missing Phil Jones for lately. Johnny Evans. So Johnny Evans has to. I don't think it will be a good call for him if Maguire is not available. It will be a good call for Johnny Evans to come in because I think Johnny Evans plays well while Manchester United are not under pressure and Manchester United can control the game. But if you look tomorrow's game, I don't think we are going to control that game. We are going to be more defensive and try to hit them on a counter-attack. That is the only tactic I think we can use against Liverpool and try to get results against Liverpool. So Varane, I think I can work with Varane and somehow Lindelof. I think Lindelof can be really a good team player in England. So I can work with Lindelof and Varane into this game. With Wan-Bissaka at the back and try to bring. I don't think if Luke Shaw is available, I will play Luke Shaw. If Luke Shaw is not available, I will try Dalot. So I think Dalot is good going forward and he can create a lot of chances. Midfield, of course, Bruno is missing. Who should you start in the midfield? That is the most question people want to know. If you are a Manchester United manager, Bruno is not missing. Bruno haven't missed Manchester United game. And Bruno is now missing on a big game that we needed him. We really needed him. Our captain, we really needed him. So midfield is going to be a tough one. I think Mino can start. If Mino start Amrabat and McTominay, because now McTominay has to start. He has to play that role. If he like it or he doesn't like it, he has to play that role. So I feel those three, Amrabat, Mino, and McTominay is the only thing I can see. I think Van de Beek. If Van de Beek have to try to, if you start with Van de Beek, I won't be surprised because I feel we need to see more Van de Beek. But this game will be a big one for him, and if he has to start, it's going to be a big step for him. He has to show up for this team. I know he hasn't played for a while, but you have to try and fill that gap, Bruno's gap. Forward, really interesting to see how forward is going to select because I feel Rashford will be available. If Rashford will be available, that's good for us. I know he's going to start with Anthony and Garnacho, of course. Then Hojlund has to start if Martial is not available. If Martial is not available, I think Hojlund will have to start. Maybe this coming Sunday will be the time we see Hojlund scoring his first goal in Premier League. So it's really interesting game coming this coming Sunday. It's something you're looking ahead into. So I will do my prediction at the end because we are going to look into game week 17 in a short time. Let me see down in the comment section what you guys think on the Liverpool performance and what you guys think on Liverpool versus Manchester United. This game is going to be a huge one, and I don't underrate Manchester United. As much as you guys want to underrate Manchester United into this, as much as you guys are trolling to Manchester United, we are going to concede 7. I don't feel we are going to concede 7. I don't feel we you're going to concede 7. So make sure you tell me your thoughts on the comment section. Game week 17 prediction: Forest versus Tottenham. I want to go quickly because I'm seeing my time is running out here. So game week 17, Forest versus Tottenham. I go with Tottenham into that one. I think that one will be an easy win tomorrow for Tottenham. Bournemouth versus Luton. Really interesting game, which two teams try to be in good form. Luton have been really tough against top 6, but he hasn't been good against the bottom mid-table team like Bournemouth. So I feel Bournemouth will win that one, especially after that win against Manchester United will boost their morale to try and get a win against Luton Town. So Bournemouth versus Luton Town, I think Bournemouth will win. Chelsea versus Sheffield United, just as I've said earlier, Chelsea has to start getting results against Sheffield United. This is like a must-win for Pochettino. If Pochettino you want to keep your job, you have to win against Sheffield United. Get results. Start getting results this coming Saturday. So Sheffield versus Chelsea, Chelsea versus Sheffield. I feel like Chelsea will win that one. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. I think that Manchester City trying to stay afloat. They're trying to catch up. They're now playing catch up. I feel they will win that one. You have Newcastle versus Fulham. Really interesting game. Two teams which are in good form. Newcastle just dropped out of Champions League last night. So it's really tough. It's really tough for Newcastle, and a lot of injuries also they're experiencing. So that one makes their work more difficult. But Fulham also strong enough, scoring a lot of goals, trying to get results, trying to qualify for Europe. They are trying to get European football. So I feel it's going to be a really entertaining game, and I think it will win an estimate of a draw of 0-0. A lot of goals. Of course, a lot of goals can occur in this type of games. It won't be surprising if Newcastle win that game, but I feel there will be a draw into that one. Burnley versus Everton. Really interesting one. Everton really surprising. They are now off of the relegation zone, and they want to keep it like that. Maybe try to pass somebody, even Chelsea. But I feel Everton will win against Burnley. We have West Ham versus Wolves. Really interesting game, by the way. West Ham versus Wolves. Another team is more. There's more physicality to this game. People are really beautiful game. By the way, counter-attack football. If you want to watch best counter-attack football, you should watch West Ham versus Wolverhampton. But I have a feeling that this one also will end into an estimate of a draw. So really interesting to see how that one is going to play. West Ham versus Fulham. We are getting into Sunday. A lot of big games on Sunday, by the way. Really interesting Sunday. Brentford versus Aston Villa. Really interesting. Aston Villa surprising us, by the way. Of course, the mighty Aston Villa. So Aston Villa getting Brentford away is going to be a really interesting one, and I feel that Aston Villa not has to win, but might win this one. So I went with the Aston Villa into that. We have Brighton versus Arsenal. Arsenal versus Brighton. Arsenal versus Brighton. Really interesting. Arsenal want to go on top of them. Yes, on top of that. And they have to get a win against Brighton. So easy for Arsenal. I think they will. Not easy for them, because if you look their position, Arsenal are they play position-based football, so do Newcastle. They try to control the game. And if you look, Arsenal finish is good. Well, this is what adds Arsenal advantage over Brighton. Brighton finish is good, but they're defensively, they have leaks. They have a lot of leaks in defense, and they can concede a lot of goals. So that one plays critical role. That one plays a huge advantage to Arsenal. Arsenal have a lot of players who can score goals. They are also good goal scorers, and that one makes them, and that is why I gave Arsenal a direct ticket on that. Brighton can surprise me, but I want to be surprised. Arsenal has to win. Arsenal win that. Liverpool versus Manchester United, really interesting one. People have different opinions. People think they are going to concede 7. People think that Liverpool can beat us 7 again. That one I don't think is going to happen, and I don't have a feeling of Manchester United losing this one. I know some people might say you have to praise your cow, even if it's the weakest cow in the field. If bulls are fighting and you have your bull here, and you bring your bull, I bring my bull, no problem. I have to support my bull. It doesn't matter even how you're going to beat my bull, but I have to. It doesn't matter how your bull is going to beat my bull, but my bull has to be supported by me. I'm the person who feeds my bull, and I'm the person who supports my bull. So I have to stay with Manchester United. I have to stay with Manchester United. I have no choice. Of course, on paper, in football, you have to somehow look like you're going to lose it. But remember, you're going to play against 11 against 11. So that one, you have to keep that one in mind. You're not going there, Liverpool 11 against 10. We are also going to play 11 against 11. So it's going to be a really, really interesting game, by the way. Liverpool are going to give us a hard time, and they have to take their chances, and Manchester United has to take their chances also. Manchester United have to utilize their chances very nicely. They have to quickly utilize their chances and make sure you stay together. That is all I call for Manchester United. Stay together as a team. Fight as a team. Just ignore the noise around the club. Ignore the noise around the media. Ignore the noise around any other person and play as a team. Going out there and Anfield, get a draw, it will be a good result for us. It will be a positive for us. Get a win. It will be a huge one if we get a win, which it will be important for us. At least we try to bounce back. And you have saved your manager's job if you win against Liverpool. So try get a win. Try get a win. It's going to be tough one, a tough call. So I don't want to predict this. Let it just happen the way it will happen. Let it just be the way it will be. I leave it to God. Nothing I can say more about that one because it's tough, especially with Manchester United, which can lose to any team and can also win to against any team. It's tough to predict Manchester United nowadays. It's tough to predict Ten Hag. It's tough to predict Ten Hag's team. Let this just happen the way it will happen. I have to praise my Bulls, so I will go with it. I will go with that too. I will go with Manchester United to win. Smash a like on the video. Don't forget to hit that subscription button. Don't forget to like, and commenting is more important, especially into this channel growth. If you want this channel to grow, please hit that subscription button. If you know you haven't subscribed yet, comment in the comment section is really, really important for us. If you can't comment, please just give it a like. If you can't comment, give it a like, and I would say thank you so much. Until we do the next one, bye bye and enjoy.